Oh, hello, and welcome to another Today's Decay, where we celebrate births and beginnings of everything important since the dawn of time. It is May 26th, and it is our annual Let's Act Along with Vincent Price Day. Why is that? Because he was born on this day in 1911. That's right, and here's the story. Back in 1950 some odd, nope, don't know the exact year. Back in mid-1950s, let's say, because he's still a more straight-laced actor and not a full-on horror star, which he would begin with stuff like House of Wax, and then eventually, I'd say, hits his stride with House on Haunted Hill, and then continues with all the AIP, Edgar Allan Poe type things, and really embraces it for the rest of his life. But early on, he was more of a would-be Hollywood heartthrob, bordering on just solid traditional actor, right? So here, in the 50s, they released this record called Co-Star, where you act your scenes opposite your favorite star. So Vincent Price performs his roles, and it comes with or his lines, and it comes with a script of a series of segments that, like, you're one of the other characters that he's acting with, and you just gotta, keep up with the master. Good luck with that, right? The other co-stars, the other people featured on the co-star series here, you can find records by Cesar Romero, George Raft, Sir Cedric Hardwicke, Basil Rathbone, Virginia Mayo, Jimmy Rogers, Don Amici, Paulette Goddard, and Tallulah Bankhead. But it being Vincent Price's birthday, among many others, because, we're celebrating dates that really rate here throughout space and time, we're going to act along with Vincent Price. And the plan was, why not go a little highbrow with some Henrik Ibsen, an enemy of the people. Let's find that here. Page 6. All right. Here's hoping this works. I am whom? I am going to be playing Dr. Stockman. Let's give it a shot.
This scene is from Henrik Ibsen's An Enemy of the People, a famous social drama. You play Dr. Stockman, a doctor who has put his sense of honor and his duty as a health officer above the selfish demands of the city's commercial interests. These interests center on the town's health baths. Vincent Price plays Peter, your brother and head of the board. He is reprimanding you as the scene opens.
And what is more, my dear brother, we shall expect you to make public profession of your confidence in the committee and in their readiness to consider fully and conscientiously what steps may be necessary to remedy any possible defect in the baths.
But you will never be able to do that by patching and tinkering at it. Never!
As a doctor, you might. But as an officer under the committee, you have no right to any individual opinion.
No right?
In your official capacity, no. As a private person, it is quite another matter, but as a subordinate member of the staff of the baths, you have no right to express any opinion which runs contrary to that of your superiors.
This is too much. I, a doctor, a man of science, have no right to...
The matter in hand is not simply a scientific one. It is a complicated matter, and it has its economic as well as its technical side.
I don't care what it is. I intend to be free to express any opinion on any subject under the sun.
As you please, but not on any subject concerning the baths. That we forbid.
You forbid. You, a pack of...
I forbid it. I, your chief. And if I forbid it, you have to obey.
Peter, if you were not my brother, you were saying something about forbidding and obeying? Forbidding and obeying?
You obliged me to take that tone with you.
And so I am to give myself the
We
lie
consider
publicly?
it absolutely necessary that you should make some such public statement as I have asked for.
And if I do not
And
obey?
we shall publish a statement ourselves to reassure the public.
Very well, but in that case, I shall use my pen against you. I stick to what I have said. I will show you that I am right and that you are wrong. What will you do then?
Then I shall not be able to prevent your being dismissed.
What?
Dismissed?
Dismissed?
Dismissed from the staff of the baths.
You would dare do that?
It is you that are playing the daring game.
It is I who have been real good to the town at heart. Real good, yeah, real good of the town at heart. I want to lay bare the defects that sooner or later must come to light a day. I shall show you where I love my native town.
In your blind obstinacy, want to cut off the most important source of the town's welfare?
The source is poisoned, man! Are you mad? Are we making our living by retailing filth and corruption? The whole of our flourishing municipal life derives its substance from a lie!
Even worse. The man who can throw out such offensive insinuations about his native town must be an enemy to our community.
Do you dare to?
Don't lose your temper, brother. I will not expose myself to violence. Now you have had a warning, so reflect on what you owe to yourself and your family. Goodbye.
Ta-da! Barely made it through, but here we are. Okay, so, what was I saying? Vincent Price's birthday, 1911, today, May 26th. Along with none other than Christopher Lee, born this day, 1922, which I know there's all that meme business about Peter Cushing yesterday, Christopher Lee today, Vincent Price today, that this is like a conjoined holiday between all two, and yeah, sure, why not? But that's not all. No, the hits just keep on coming. On this day in 1964, Radio Such first hit the airwaves. That would be Screamin' Lord Such's pirate radio station that he took over because there was no rock and roll on the airwaves in England. So he found a deserted World War II base on an island not too far off the coast of England, and they were able to like set up the radio broadcasting system and played rock and roll to the point that it was so successful that it made the BBC change their programming to also include rock and roll. I heard some of the Lord Such content. I don't know how it was saved, but it was, and it was surprisingly not as wild as I wanted it to be. It was more like mid-60s I don't know, mid-60s, more middle-of-the-road type things. I really wanted, like, we're just going to play Little Richard for 2 hours straight, and that wasn't it. Yeah, whatever, still fantastic. And on this day, 1957, Susie Sue was born, of Susie Sue and the Banshees. 1958, Linnea Quigley, born today, in the past. I was very lucky to attend a recreation of her zombie workout video in Salem, Massachusetts a couple of years ago. I kind of made it a point of not going to Sleepy Salem anymore because it just felt like the Times Square of Massachusetts. But I was really glad I went to this. It was part of the Salem Horror Festival, and it was like this first or second week of October, and it wasn't super crowded, and it certainly wasn't so crowded in the Linnea Quigley thing because it was literally just me, the 2 friends I went with, and like 4 other people, and they encouraged people to get dressed up as zombies, and it was like this Zumba class that she ran, and it was so ridiculous. Yeah, loved it. And she's a sweetheart. 1977 on this day, the Sex Pistols released God Save the Queen, the 45. And in 1981, none other than Paul Burgell, Phantom Creeps Theater's own decomposer, birthed into this world. Well done, Paul. You've done great, I swear. Yeah, so there you go. The whole day from us to you. I'm not sure if I did better this year than last year on this. Them's the breaks. Till tomorrow. Goodbye.